Got it in the way, battling, having got in way of the attempted clearance. Jim Gannon. Oh, great flick of Alan Armstrong.
It's against Bradford, but here's Warburton!
Yes!
Alan trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away, it's there!
Not got it clear. Gleeson! It's a cracker!
Running Armstrong, played in again, and a superb goal!
Tony Goody! Stockport County are the champions of League Two.
Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Scarpa War with me, Russ Johnson. I'm joined by Waggie, and we're delighted to be joined by someone who is fast becoming a legend of the club if he's not already. He made 126 appearances as this podcast goes out, scored 29 goals. He can play in centre mid, attacking mid, and even at right back. He's that good. It's Will Collar. You all right, mate?
Yes, I'm very well, mate. Thank you.
Good. First things first, before we get into the whole bit of the shenanigans, where did the right back thing come from?
Well, I've played there as a younger boy quite a bit, and then obviously it wasn't last season; it was the season before, wasn't it? Where I think I had 3 games there quite early on, because we was obviously, I think we were struggling for right backs. And yeah, I actually, like, he still says to me now, like, I might have to use you there, which I don't like playing there. So it's like, obviously, because I've turned into this goal scoring midfielder, I don't really like to be put back into right back. So to be fair, the gaffer has a little bit of banter with me about it, but he's deadly serious about using me there if he has to.
So when he came in, I think it was the Bolton game, wasn't it? The Challenger's first game in charge, and he put you as right back.
Yeah.
So did you think that under Challenger you was always going to play right back, or did he have a word with you beforehand, or did you think that, oh God, he's put me at right back, he doesn't want me?
Well, you probably think all of them things, to be fair. I can't remember. I actually can't remember if he spoke to me in training beforehand about playing there. But I remember coming on and doing quite well there. And then obviously in the return leg, I played in centre mid, didn't I? So obviously I was thrilled about that. And I sort of thought, well, like, hopefully I won't be playing right back again. But then I think it was it after that it was after that I then played a few games at right back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it wasn't from your Hamilton days then, or anything like that, or growing
No,
up as a
I
kid?
never played right back for Hamilton. It was just when I came through at Brighton. I actually, when I played for the first team at Brighton, I played at right back.
Right.
So that probably hasn't helped me in that regard. But I played like in all sorts of positions as a kid in the academy. I played left back for a bit. I think I even went in goal at one point. So like it's a position I can play, but I really don't want to play there.
Fair dues.
Would you go in goal if needed to, or is there somebody a better outfield player to go in? Because I mean, say from our point of view, we've had like Anthony Pilkington who went into net and had an absolute blinder. So
no, it was Proudlock. It was Proudlock.
So Proudlock, sorry, yes, Proudlock.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually would, if like the opportunity arose, I probably would put my hand up. But then I feel like a taller lad would probably end up being put in goal. So it probably wouldn't end up being me. But I don't think I'd be too shy about it, to be honest.
The Fraser, wouldn't it? You get to stick Fraser.
Yeah, it probably would, wouldn't it? Fraser all works probably.
Yeah, that's it. Was Fraser.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking it back to the beginning then for you, obviously, I think you grew up in Horsham, that sort of area. How did football all start for you? What was what got you into it, and where did you play?
Well, obviously, just kicking a ball about with my dad as a really little kid. I then ended up playing. It was quite good because the primary school I went to had a football team, but it wasn't like a school team. It was like an actual football team that plays on a Saturday. So I played for them, but I played quite early on. I ended up playing in the age group above, which my dad then took that team. So that was probably quite good for me. Obviously, just loved playing football as a little boy. Can't really remember thinking about doing anything else really. And then I got picked up quite early on really. So I was about 10 when I got picked up by Brighton. I actually went to this. It was called a development centre. So it was a thing I'd go to probably. I think it was once a week down in Brighton. And the guy who ran that knew a few people within the Brighton setup. So he sort of put me forward to them. They gave me a 6-week trial. And then I can't remember what point in the trial it was, but they said that they wanted to sign me.
Nice.
Yeah, which was obviously when you're a 10-year-old kid, it's the best thing in the world. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then so I spent then about 12 years at Brighton. Only played once in the Carabao Cup it was. And then but I really enjoyed my time at Brighton. Obviously, it was quite a good time in a way because I think when I was originally with them, they would have probably been in League One. So obviously I was then with them when they went up to the Prem. So seeing. Well, it all changed massively. In the time that I was there, obviously they then built a new training ground. Yeah, it was just training at Sussex University was their training ground before they built this unbelievable one. So it changed quite a lot in the time that I was there. And then I was quite fortunate because I think I had probably about 3 years at the new training facility. So which was just unbelievable training and. Your place of work being at this unbelievable facility where you had absolutely everything. Do you know what I mean? So then finished there when I was about, I think I would have been 22, I think I was. And then ended up going up to Scotland of all places. So obviously going from Brighton to Scotland is quite a long way, isn't it?
Yeah.
And spent 18 months in Hamilton in Scotland. Was quite pleasantly surprised, to be fair, with what it was like up there because I think it gets quite a lot of stick from English people in particular, the league and the place in general. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I probably went there with quite low expectations, which was probably quite a good thing. And then had enjoyed the first season that I was there. And then that was the season where COVID started. So I think was it about March time that the season then stopped?
Yeah, February, March. Yeah.
Which was quite good for us because we was outside of the relegation zone. And obviously they stopped it, and then that was that then. Whoever was where they were is what was going to happen for next season. Yeah. So that was the result really. And then the second season I was there, I had quite a lot of injuries. I think I only probably played about 5 or 6 games in the second season. And then the chairman actually spoke to me. He actually spoke to me, I think it must have been probably November, December time. And basically just said we're fed up of you being injured. We don't want you on our wage bill sort of thing. Obviously in a slightly nicer way, but I was quite shocked by it, to be honest. But I was still shocked by the conversation because I didn't really see it coming. But obviously it coincided really nicely for me with obviously Simon Ross getting the job at County in the January. And then I think he spoke to me. It was quite close to the end of January that he spoke to me. And just sort of asked about my situation, and obviously I said, well, I'm actually looking to sort of move away from Hamilton. And then I remember saying, well, you sort of have a couple of conversations with a few people, and obviously not guaranteeing me anything. And then it was literally like, I think probably about 2 or 3 days later, he said like, there's something for me at County, just till the end of the season. And then I remember I had to. This was really close to the end of the deadline now, so I had to then. I think it was the evening of the transfer deadline. I had to drive to the stadium in Hamilton to sign the release papers.
Right.
Obviously, if you've not signed them by the deadline, then like, I'm contracted to Hamilton till the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So that was quite cool, to be fair, because I've never really been involved in any sort of like deadline day drama before. Like, you always watch it on Sky Sports, don't you?
Yeah.
So this is really exciting. So I had to do that, and then obviously I signed for County. I think I signed for County on my birthday, actually, which is the 3rd of Feb. And yeah, enjoyed every minute since, really, to be fair.
Nice.
Excellent.
So the connection with Rusk then, is that, did you know him from Brighton? Did he know you from Brighton?
Yeah, he was. So I initially had him as my under-18s coach.
Right.
And then he moved up to the under-21s / I think it's under-21s now. It was then under-23s when I was playing.
Yeah.
He was then the under-23s manager. So I probably had him for a total of about, I don't know, maybe 5 years as an actual coach / manager. So I have a really good relationship with him, and obviously I'm really thankful to him for bringing me to County because of the way it's gone. So yeah.
Yeah. What did you?
Do you still speak with him? Sorry, Russ. Do you still speak to him?
I spoke to him. I think he sent me a nice message before the playoff final. But that's probably the last time I've spoke to him. I don't keep in contact, like in close contact with him. But I'll always sort of have a nice relationship with him, which is healthy, isn't it? And nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say about how it turned out for him, because I think it didn't go well, did it? I mean, I think we can all acknowledge that. What would you put that down to? I mean, obviously he got a lot out of you because he managed you before. What would you put it down to? Thanks for watching this special episode with Will Collar. This is a Patreon-only subscribers video. If you want to watch the full video, head over to our Patreon and sign up. It's £3 a month. You get all of our content ad-free, plus full access to all the special guest episodes. Plus, we do a monthly giveaway. One final thing, you'll be helping out the podcast massively. If you enjoy what we do, please consider subscribing. Cheers. Thank you.